Bum, ba-dum, bum, dum. Alrighty. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As a guy here, I'm going to bring you a very special stream today. I have with me the Ecliptos Alliance. Going to do kind of like a friendly tournament. They've got this inter-alliance tournament that they've hosted. So we have 5 teams going to battle it out to see if they can get a grand prize of a million silver and a battle pass for each player up to 15. They are, of course, teams of 15 with 5 aids. I do believe apparently there is a restriction on the number of players that play in the CBL. So we have a couple of rules, but let me just go over them real quick. So this is of course, a 15v15 fun competition. Um, we have best of 3. Well, best of 3, first to 2. So this will be without doctrines. Again, the equipment will be restricted to the Fame Shop, and their weapon apparently will also be restricted. You'll only be able to use the blue arty, and they have CBL rules, I believe. CBL rules means that you cannot use, sorry, you cannot, you cannot live. Sorry, I'm really thinking here. You only have 3 lives. 3 times. If you die 3 times, you're permadeath, and whatnot. Attackers have 2 artilleries, and defenders have 1 artillery. So CBL rules are just mainly those, and everything else can be restricted. I believe attires and doctrines will be disabled for this. Does look like we have the 2 teams going to battle it out here. I'm going to be watching the. Also, for my Vietnamese viewers, please do not hate me. From what I've been told, these are pretty bad words, but it's du Dumaren and Putaren facing off against each other here. Right. The 5 teams that will be battling it out, from what I've been told, are one team is going to be from Valhalla, one from TX. I'm not sure what that stands for. Otherwise, as I just said, we have Dumaren and Putaren, followed by OG, otherwise Oath Guardian. Those are the 5 teams that will be battling it out right now. There is a parallel battle happening for Valhalla versus TX right now. Right now, there is Dumaren and Putaren fighting it out. Gonna in the B division. Then we're gonna have Oath Guardian in its own division, but it will face the winner of this battle that is currently ongoing. There is a losers bracket to decide the 3rd place, so unlike the actual tournament of the official CBL, the losers bracket does not go up against the champions. Instead, it just determines who is 3rd place. But other than that, we are 13v13 right now, so we should get this show on the road very shortly. I believe, from what I've been told, Dex is Dumaren and Rice is Putaren. So these 2 teams will be fighting it out against each other. So hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys like what you see, and I hope to see more community events like this. It is fun when people are battling it out. So for those of you that want context for the battle, there with the restriction of the Fame Armor 732 doesn't really give very much doesn't give very much room for extra room that you normally see. So it's gonna be difficult. Hey, Zid1! Yeah. So we have the Ecliptos Inter Alliance tournament. And how you been, Zid1? Come along to watch with me. The best English commentator streams this. Wow, just wow. I mean, like, when you're the only English commentator, It's not hard to be the best. I'm better than the rest because it's only just me. It's a fact that I'm the best English commentator. Then again, I think a couple of my game commentators, I could give them a run for the money. I'm pretty sure. I'm more entertaining than a couple of guys on the my game side as well. So it is a 15v15 here on Wallfort. We do have Dumoulin led by Dex here. I hope I'm not wrong here. Dex should be leading the Dumoulin versus Putaren. For some reason, we have a 16v15. Does look like we're we got an extra here. Probably the other OB is here. Thank you, Lizard One. I love you. I'll always be the OG English commentator. Man, I've been around. Man, if actually no, Byro started commentating before I did, but I didn't. I started commentating really shortly afterwards. Really shortly afterwards. But Byro doesn't stream very much anymore. It's a little bit sad that he dropped out of CB. I do hope to see him return someday. Mostly just because I'd like other streamers to come up and kind of be there for the community. So it's a 14v15 right now. For some reason, we got some technical difficulties. One of the OBs apparently restarting. Did all the OBs go for this battle? I don't know why. So what's also very interesting is our rune's disabled, so that's also another one. Hi, Alice. No problem. I love casting tournaments. I love casting battles. They're very fun to watch, indeed. Big sponsorship. A battle pass for everyone and a million silver for the winner? My goodness. I mean, like, it's $10 per battle pass, so what? That's $150 someone's putting down? From what I understand, there is, yeah. So mostly a lot of silver. Yeah, season pass and 1 million silver for the champions. Runner up gets 1 million silver. Then second runner up gets 500,000 silver coins. Huh? Where does it say 10 million silver? Is it 10 million silver shared between the 15 of you? I know it's 15 battle passes, and your teams can have up to 20 players because you can have up to 5 aids. Well, I'm not sure, like 5 aids. Um, so does look like we have 15v15. Hey, there's Mikey. Hey, Mikey, are you watching? Are you watching yourself? I mean, man, technically I should have this on a delay. I am actually watching directly, so oh no. That's gonna be a problem. I hope. Okay, so for everyone that's watching, I do hope you guys are um I do hope you guys are being sensible and not cheating. You can't come watch my stream to beat the enemy. So I hope you guys are I hope you guys are being good sports about this. It is a friendly tournament. I don't think you guys need to be so serious as to cheat in order to win, but whether or not you do, can't stop you at this point. I have already started the stream. There's no delay, so We're kicking it off with the first set of battles. Alrighty, let's take a look at the unit composition from both teams. So, again, led by Dex, we have Dumoulin going for the attack on Wall Fort, CBL style. For some reason, I see a lot of Legendary Artie. Cannot put a Legendary Artie down, but I guess it can't be helped since it is in your kind of storage. Lots of Varangian Guards. Varangian Guard, definitely a popular pick. Oh man, that's a lot of cavalry coming out. We got 4 Winged Hussars, 3 Cataphracts. Again, cavalry heavy for the attacking team. One guy going out with double cavalry. Ruby, definitely going to be a dead weight here on the wall. Whoa! We have 3 people going to be dead weight on the wall. Ragnar, Ruby, and Sphinx, all going with a double cavalry loadout. But we got some heavy infantry out from a lot of folks. Definitely going to be a cavalry battle from the defenders as well. We got 4 Cataphracts and 3 Winged Hussars. 4 Winged Hussars. So 4 Winged Hussars, 4 Winged Hussars and 4 Cataphract with a Keshigs as well. That's a lot of cavalry coming up from both teams. Didn't have really much a lot of time to check out the composition for the picks, but does look like the spears are weighted here for the defenders. Putaren, led by Rice, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spears. That's going to be an interesting move. Move my camera. My camera. Where should I move my camera? Make it small. Make it smaller. I love my camera being this big. I could make it smaller. Oh, wait, hang on. Resize. Oh, oopsie daisy. What am I doing? Alright, no, let's just go back. I am too big. Yeah, I'm too big. Of course I am. One day I'll get a better camera. Oh no, I mean, I gotta develop my setup someday. Probably best not to do it now. Trying to get, remember the controls here. Yeah, that's what I thought. This camera is fine. I just gotta make sure that you have a look further onto the left side because you can't get a little bit of that. Interestingly enough, Putoren has decided to give up the B-side small fort, not even trying to destroy the bridge. Gotta get close in to see if the bridge does take a little bit of damage. Trebbing some Demez Pikemen. I mean, Demez Pikemen are pretty fearsome, but they are still a tier 1 unit. I don't even think heroes need to fear them too much. But Dumoulin is making their way towards the B side. Nearly every single one of them has made it towards the B point right now. We just got 4 guys outside on the front side, pushing those battering rams and siege towers. Whoa, we have a little bit of a skirmish here. Dex dives on SCY. Not sure how to say that. Another Treb, again, being a little bit, well, a bit aggressive with that Treb, trying to see if Putaren does decide to make a stand, but doesn't look like it. I don't think Putaren's going to make a stand here on the B side. Doesn't make a stand on the A side either. The siege towers do make it towards the wall. The right-hand side siege tower, left-hand siege tower almost there. Middle siege tower almost there as well. A is also going to get grabbed. Whoa, the 93% on the broken wall. Broken wall could be an open avenue here. This is going to be a little bit scary for Dumoulin. Dumoulin has some Falconetti gunners shooting downwards into the pile, and we have Putaren on the defense shooting towards this pile as well. So we got a nice shootout here. Treb, whoa, those Iron Reapers. Wow, dancing in that Treb. Very, very lucky here. We got the main pile now, kicking it off. We've got holding strong. Varangian Guard switches over, but it does look like Putaren is on the backside. It switched over too early, and they get slapped out. Medal's holding strong. Here comes some Winged Hussars as it cleaves right into the backside. Does kind of smacks that side. The center pile, Medaus are getting surrounded, very easily getting picked off one by one by the remainder. Another Wing to Start charge comes in with a clean charge. Doesn't look like it got stopped at all. Falconetti Gunners get out pretty easily. So, again, as I expected, Dumoulin will have a bit of a difficulty getting reinforcements in. The cavalry reinforcements was pretty big. A bit of a loss on both sides, but Dumoulin losing more units. Be that as it may, we have a bit of mix of village watchmen and some pike militia. Not a terrible loss, if I was to say. I think both sides were using some tier 3s. I mean, tier 1s. Whoa, massive skirmish here. Quincy might get caught out here. He does. Oh, but Toothless comes in for the save. Might sacrifice himself to tank the damage. Take that back. Quincy does go down. Fenrir with the snipe on the spear. Gotta be careful. That is another death for the defending side. The skirmishing is to be quite the hero kills and hero death doesn't seem to be that high, so that is still going on strong. Both sides still have a lot of lives left over, but the attackers are on the downside just a little bit. Alrighty, with the front gate open. I mean, the front gate was probably open during. Whoa, no, I take that back. Front gate is still closed. But the wall has now been broken, so this allows cavalry to come through for Dumoulin. Definitely bloodthirsty houses here. I think you can afford to be aggressive when the attackers are kind of not in a situation to really punish you. But here we are with a. Oh no, take that back. I did see a ballista might have gone down. Apparently not. The deployment of those Falconetti Gunners will definitely be devastating. Gonna probably overwatch here on the, well, right-hand side, technically, if we're looking from the attacker's perspective. Have it very close. If you, you can break this wooden wall, open up this, open up the supply point for a direct hit. I do believe if this wooden wall is still here, you can get this top half of the supply point. If you break it down, you can get this. You can get closer. This tent really does block a lot of shots, though. But Smart Puterin actually has closed in on the location of where your Falconetti Gunners. It's only 2 Falconetti Gunners, so it does look like the Falconetti Gunners were taken for a ride. Puterin's down to just 2. Interestingly enough, they go with a top line 1, while it does look like the Fenrir goes for the bottom line 1. Bottom line 1 adds 2, although a little bit more accuracy and a little bit more fire rate for the top side 1. Plus 2, it makes a big difference for the alpha strike of the Falconetti Gunners. Amazingly enough, we have a grape shot being put down by Dex. Probably not, actually. Probably just to scare off the heroes. Both sides kind of in a staring contest right now. A lot of infantry up here on the A point. Got to come down sometimes. And we have 4 cavalry available. 2 cataphracts, 1 winged hussar, and 1 Keshig. Front gate is open. For those of you who don't know as well, I mean, there has been a strange update to the battering ram. When the front gate is open, the battering ram no longer instantly destroys the front gate. Very strange indeed. Mortars going in. That wall is being broken. A little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage there. We have a Alphabadiers as well. Interesting pick. Alphabadiers do have a devastating charge. Not really one of the units that I would pick. The setup for that charge is pretty difficult to pull off, to say the least. Treb on that Culverin does take it out? Question mark? Yep, it does. Quadruple V, apparently healing there, right next to the trip. So we got some long shots coming through. Very interesting where they're coming from there. I saw a ballista shot. I don't know where it came from. Oh, well, there we go. Well, this is a very interesting spot because you probably can't actually shoot back at this because the ballista is. Well, maybe you can destroy it. This wooden barrier thing can actually block shots coming in, so Might be a little bit of phasing here, so the tip of the bolts are just across, so you can actually fire. Um, so you can actually fire through. Probably it's going to be much more difficult to actually get a direct hit on the ballista. Probably a partial hit, probably what's going to happen. Not very many good shots coming out. Again, Futaren is not leaving themselves exposed here, but heavy on the supply point. I definitely think a supply point push will be ill-conceived, but in the end, Dumaren does take a push towards the supply point. They're going to get cut off around here, the corner here. Ooh, nice Shenji grenade. Slaps that front line in half, but does look like, Ali-kun cavalry charge actually comes through. Winged Hussars kind of gets cuts off the infantry here. Keshigs, I don't know what you're doing, but the Cataphracts just pulverize the Shenji Grenadiers from the defending side, but we have reinforcing Cataphracts coming in through like crazy. Another Cataphract charge is about to come in. The front line is barely standing, but still a medal. Not to mention, we have plenty of Halberdier Sergeants. Halberdier Sergeants definitely making a name for themselves, murdering these Cataphracts. Unfortunately, here, the supply push is working out super well for the attackers, down to 3 heroes. This might be a complete wipe. Putaren is on the retreat. 3 left to go. Massive pickup for the attacking team. Gonna pick up the C for free, basically. Cannot respond in this time because look at the team. 12 dead. Gonna have to wait about 30 seconds. It will be a bit cheeky to push now since the C point has been grabbed. You just grabbed the supply point and you're just switching over just now. So it's gonna be a little bit of a calm session right now. But the push towards the supply point definitely very strong. I think Putaren really made a mistake trying to go around that corner instead of cutting off the corner. So really, 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 really bad timing. Or again, shouldn't have gone around the corner. If you go around that corner, you have to go all at once to create enough space for yourself, or you wait for the enemy to turn around the corner. So definitely should have waited a little bit longer for Dumaren to kind of step in the direction, well, more in the corner. That way, more cavalry charges could have been more devastating, but the front line was still holding strong. Lots of counter picks. Again, lots of halberdier sergeants and medals. They will stand strong against the amount of cavalry both teams are taking. Lots of cavalry both sides, but we can obviously see that the cavalry has been effective on some occasions, but ineffective in a lot of other cases right now. Both sides' cavalry really did not make a impact in the battle towards the supply point. But interestingly enough, we have the Bassian Wild Flames. Do have their names changed? I will get used to it eventually. We have, strangely enough, Varangian Guards just being let go. Ooh, being aggressive here, probably a bad move, leaving their supply point open. A lot of low-tier units coming out, so this does not bode well for the defending side. But then again, after taking 2 losses, you'd expect a lot of, how to say, you'd expect a lot of losses. So we have the not shield militia, the spear militia holding the front there, making that nice wall. Did seem like there is a ballista there shooting them. I mean, you have a lot of serfs. I'm not sure what a ballista really does over some other artillery, but here we go. Some artillery coming out. We got a cannon. Very rare to see one of these comes out, but really good for direct shots. Whoa, what was that? I don't know where my projectile trials are not showing, but does look like the balcony gun is here in the back. Just slam dunking those 2 artilleries. It could be a squeeze, but both side forces are pretty thin. Well, nothing really strong coming out from the defenders. Again, we got 1 cataphract. I think Dumaren really wants to just get superiority over this supply point. But once they make the move, what's going to happen? Cataphract charges in from the north side. Winged Hussars go for the center. Imperial Pike Walk actually matches them, but we got plenty of cavalry coming in from the rear. Going to take around about 20 maybe 10 seconds, in fact. Frontline Medal still holding very strong, mostly just serfs coming through. Big charge comes in and sweeps out the remaining Demez pikemen and clears up those pretty easily. Pure superiority here in unit quality for the attacking team. Does clean up the defenders very easily. And again, Medal's just left owned for their own devices as the heroes are clocking out. Only 6 heroes left for Putaren. 3, 2. Does look like the attacking side wants to just kill every single one of the defenders right now. Toothless gets onto the base point, but unfortunately he does get clocked out. Rice, the leader of Putaren and the remaining hero, does die as well. Massive losses for Putaren. The engagement was poor at the supply point. Not very much of an advantage there at the primary fight when they came down from the B-side stairs, but massive loss there at the supply point. Not sure exactly what made the engagement so terribly in favor of Dumaren here. But good job. Well, that's still to be seen. Even if the unit control was a little bit better, um, I think, I think, I think I would have to agree. The Varangian Guard fight does look like they had better. Oh no, I take that back. Dumarend, I think Dumarend, who is the attacking team, is actually doing better with unit control. They were able to beat out most of the Varangian guards thrown in from Putarin, but cavalry charge made up the difference. Love the difference here. Look at Wenro going out with that 1500. We got 3 people from the attacking team going out with 1000 plus on the unit kill score. 700 mark for a couple of players, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. So, what's also to be seen here is that a little bit high on the attacking side, but Quincy, whoa! We did see a permadeath from a couple of people, but Quincy going out with those 6 hero kills, definitely putting up some work in the hero department. I expected a little bit more kill potential coming out from more spears, but apparently that is so I have it the other way around. My bad. So everything I've been saying is reversed now. Putaren. So Dex is Putaren and Rice is Dumaren. Thank you for clearing that up, Alice. My goodness, no one's corrected me until now. What is happening? But nonetheless, these teams, uh, nonetheless, I'm gonna have to smack people. Um, I'm gonna have to smack people. People need to really tell me who's who sometimes. Hey man, this is why you have the good old name in front of your player name, so we don't confuse which team you're from. And hello, John Rima. You've come along to watch this inter alliance tournament hosted by so the Ecliptos Alliance is hosting their own inter-alliance tournament with a prize of 1 battle pass and 1,000,000 silver to each players up to 15 for the winning team. So I will congratulate whoever's going to win, but right now we're going to watch Dumaren versus Putaren, and apparently, for what I've been told, the team led by Rice is Putaren, and no, hang on, the team led by Rice is Dumaren, and the team led by Dex is Putaren. So that will still be seen. So I hope you guys come enjoy the show. Hope you love my commentary, and let's hope we see a good battle. Very good start out from Putaren. Very close battle indeed, losing out the infantry battle, but covering it with the cavalry. I did think that Dumaren really gonna have to struggle to get reinforcements through, but they came in huge with a supply push coming in for the second round. A little bit of light mortaring, not very much, but Putaren making a big mistake, taking the round the corner, trying to set up but gets hammered hard by a nice Shenji grenade and the wave of infantry. I believe ECL Alliance in general. I think the individual houses are now fighting each other. So these should be all from Ecliptos. Whether or not I'm pretty sure these two houses are a part of the Ecliptos Alliance. So it wouldn't be surprised to see either or having Ecliptos players, since there are rules against CBL players playing for the teams. Only up to 5 CBL players are allowed to play in each of the teams, so it does look like we have a lot of returners. The DV Master from EU playing for their plebs. Definitely do like the distraction play for the dual blade, especially when you're out of units. Dual blade really comes in handy in large open maps. Get those nice sneaky plays. I do believe that I do believe that dueling has its merits as well. A good jeweler can definitely outpace in a one-on-one. Heroes now are strictly less impactful in the unit department, I would say. It's a little bit sad, but can't be helped. Oh, I didn't see Alice there before. Did you get subbed in, Alice? I didn't catch your name the last time. Where did Rice go? Alrighty, does look like Alice got subbed in. Doesn't look like we're missing Rice here. Hey, the new unit, Damat Chitari, whatever that stupid name is. Um, Damachiari, Damachiari, Damachiari. The Damachiari. Um, Not sure. Will it be good for dual blade? Will it not be? I think dual blade doesn't really have very many good unit picks because of how self-reliant on kind of the invisibility for dual blade. Played only 5,000 games of dual blade only. Is that bad or is that good? I've probably played only a couple of thousand for. I think I've played only around about 3,500 for my longsword. It's been a while since I've actually used longsword for an extended period of time. I think some of my other classes are kind of catching up. I think my mole, I have quite a few class. I think my mole is my second most played class now. I really fall back into just using mole because it's just really good at everything. Really good at brute forcing everything while being super tanky. That is. I don't see a Spoinky. Right now we're here on the second battle between Dumaren and Putaren. Does look like we're gonna have Dumaren attacking this time. Okay, forget everything I said before because I got them confused. So Putaren attacked before versus Dumaren, who was defending, who is led by Rice, and Putaren, who is led by Dex, is now defending, and Dumaren, which is led by Rice, who is not playing. Oh no, there he is. Who is attacking now? So Dumaren is attacking right now. So if that doesn't confuse you, you're very good at paying attention to all my confusions right now. Really? Hmm. Oh, it is. No, Is it? Okay, no, I don't know my Japanese kanji like I don't remember my Japanese kanji very well, so that sucks. Interesting setup for both teams right now. Um, a little bit less tier fives coming out from the attackers this time. We have Saipanari coming out from the defenders, two Tours. Um, the Varangian Guard's a little bit low actually, coming out from Dumaren. The Varangian Guard definitely going to be a big hurdle, if I do say so. Putaren has a lot of them. A little bit of a switch out as well. Three spears, sorry. Dumaren before in their defense had quite a few spears. Sorry, two pikes though, swipping out. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, since this is not a tournament setting, you're not given all of the units. So we do have a massive push towards the small fort. Pretty classic to see the small fort getting pushed really hard right now. Um, a little bit of limited pushing power here on the front. Getting all the siege towers up is really fine and dandy. But uh does look like Putaran going to go for the bridge destruction right now. Did someone die? Sounded like someone died. So that is 50% health. It's really pain in the ass that I have to go in so close to see how much health that is. Does look like it's going to go down. So, switching over now to a different strategy. Going to wait for the siege tower probably to get up. Does look like the right-hand siege tower, from the attacker's perspective, is going to be destroyed very shortly. We got a lot of usage out of these cannons here. Also, a cauldron up on the right-hand side. Middle siege tower is also getting really close to a one-shot. I think they will destroy the right-hand one when it gets a bit closer. Maximum time. The wall break might go down. 30% left. We have a couple. We had a mortar here, actually. Well, we had something. Does go down. Wall break is open for the attackers. Dumaren might just waltz right in. Is it into a trap? Ah, unfortunately, no. We have Varangian guards. We only have Varangian guards here at the top of the stairs. Whoa, we have a lot of Varangian guards. All right, we have 3 squads of Varangian guards, 1 squad of Reapers. Does look like we have an Overwatch from a Falconetti gunner shooting straight into this gap. We also have, whoa, Cypinario is also shooting down the stairs. That's going to be devastating, trying to just waltz through cavalry charge as well. But Winged Hussars get clapped, kind of on fire. The sheer amount of shots coming out from all of the ranged units right now is making an absolute mess of Dumarand. Dumarand is holding has successfully taken the bottom section, eating up a Winged Hussar and a Badao plus Pike Militia, but my goodness, the cost is not efficient at all. Winged Hussar's actually going aggressive here. Imperial Pike March does catch it on the retreat. Does look like they have a nice rear guard holding back the chasing forces, but ouch! Look at the losses there. Do mind that Dumaren went in with heavier troops. About a tire unit up here, and I'm going to say that Winged Hussar charge probably evened out just a little bit, but ouch! Heavy losses coming out from Dumaren with that push. So definitely cannot go through that. Cannot push through that broken wall easily. I love this triple layer of Varangian guards. What do you do against that? You push through. You hit the first Varangian wall. If you kill them, you have to face the second one, and if you kill that one, you have to face the third one. Not to mention you're getting shot by Falconetti gunners and flamers all the way up. I'm not even sure where that. Yep, there it is actually. I thought it was a cannon. But we got some more mortars being built. The siege towers are making their way, probably actually second generation. The first generation only got destroyed very recently, so this has to be the second generation. Again, critical health on the siege towers. Could wait until... Whoa. That is very smart. Something that CBL teams have been recently doing is shooting your own towers to destroy them. The faster they get destroyed, the more time you save. One of the reasons is that teams have now been delaying destroying the tower till at the very last moment, maximizing the time. So definitely really good with your control there, not being premature and destroying the towers when it's literally just standing there. Interestingly enough, does look like fresh troops are just getting shot here in the back. Gonna lose a couple of Halberdier Sergeants and some Iron Reapers. Iron Reapers haven't actually taken a loss yet, but I think we might lose one eventually. Halberdier Sergeant takes one shot. Can he take another? Nah. Book's out of there. So third generation siege towers now making their way towards the wall. 4 minutes 30 seconds to go. Hey man, you are running out of time. I'll be honest with you. You don't have very much time. You got to make a move. You got to make a move fast. One reason why I say around about 3 minutes is your last is where you need to go is because it's going to take a minute or two for fighting, and securing a point is going to take fucking forever. So Dumarend goes through the front gate. Definitely not contended here. Very wise choice, but the only problem is here is a wide open space. Good for cavalry to come through. He does have a wing star ready in the rear. The biggest problem here is how fast Putaren can make a move. Dumarend is doing the smart thing. Could cut them here, but the rear here has got to be very careful. Nice treb. This could be awesome. Stack, aim it down at the front there. Premature with the axes, but in the end they still come through. Winged Hussars could slam into this Varangian pile. Really good charge if this does happen. Whoa, what a miss. No, what a misplay. The front line also not working out very well. Now we're looking at the rear section. Medals are all stacked up really hard. Does cleave that. Whoa, they're retreating? Yikes. Varangian guards eat those medals into oblivion from the top down and from the bottom up. That push gutted. Dumarand loses for a second time, and that's gonna probably give them around about half a team worth of good units left. I don't think it was really the Balcanetti gunners that really made the difference here. The Varangian guards were just uncontested coming in from the rear from the A point down up towards the Medals here. Medals facing the wrong direction, not to mention retreating halfway through that battle. Really can't help it when it's forced to retreat, but man, that's gotta suck. Also, the pushing force was not strong enough in order to beat out the Varangian guard. It does look like it was a combination of Shield, Maidens, Fenrir, and the Pike Militia. Didn't work out, though. So, now you've got less than 3 minutes, or about 2 minutes left to go, Dumarin. You haven't got a single siege tower up on the wall, and you just lost a ton of troops. So, you've got to make every moment count to even get this A point, because right now Putaren is on the resupply. It's going to take them about a few more seconds in order to get in, but lots of cavalry being deployed, so definitely not enough to come up and change the wall here. Whoa! Nice volley fire straight into the center of that, but the Varangian guards tanks that like no other. The difference here is the number of Varangians right now massacring the Varangians and the Iron Reapers there. We have our own Varangians coming in from Dumaren, pulling up towards the stairs, getting cut off just by the Demez pikemen. But more troops needs to come up. Varangians do the double swing attack, but somehow lost out, surprisingly. But a third set of Varangians still hold the line just barely as they get shot to pieces by a couple of. Oh, well, a couple indeed. Only half a unit of Shenji left. There is very few players left from Doomerend, actually. I did not notice that Doomerend has been losing players like crazy on the backside. Does look like there was a huge battle here on my left. Lots of cavalry being sacrificed. I'm not sure to what. Cavalry is still holding the dominance there on the ground, but we still have a Medal. Good delay tactic. This is very amazing because not only is Putaren using the Varangian guards really well, they're sending them in one at a time, and it's working out super well for them. They're not only they're slowing down the battle, they are also just trading super cost effectively. Dumaren, unfortunate, does look like a double loss here, losing the defense first and losing the attack second time. Putaren, good work. Definitely made up for kind of a semi mistake when you went down from the B side, but after that it was all win win win. Having a little look see at the current condition of the teams. Oof, unit unit score is definitely on the down low. Probably couldn't get in for the last little bit. Again, normally 2 or 3 major battles. The first battle wasn't really a major engagement, only around about 5 units were engaged. But the final and the midpoint battle, well, the second battle and the final battles were really fully engaged. But again, I don't think both sides used everything they had. They didn't really come down to just surf units. So, well done from Putaren. No, good. Yeah, well done to Putaren, led by Dex. Unfortunate for Rice and his Dumaren. Good scores coming out from Sphinx here with over 1,000 plus. The rest of them probably could not get in for a fight. But I do have to say, the hero kills on the up and up, even on the defense. So that is a good sign of a strong team. So I expect Putaren to really push forward. The new avatar for Dex, change him to Legolas. What? What do you mean by that? Alrighty, so does look like the Valhalla and TX battle is still ongoing. If I'm not wrong, it's Valhalla versus TX right now. So I will be watching. Give me a second. Alrighty, so in the battle A, we had Valhalla versus TX. We watched battle B, which is Dumaren versus Putaren. Putaren winning 2-0. We'll face off against Oath Guardian here in in about a few minutes. In about a few minutes here. So we're gonna see Putaren versus OG, and then finally we'll get to see the championship. Yeah, we'll get to see the championship around about 10 o'clock. We're going to be watching whoever wins out of Valhalla versus TX versus the winner of this next battle between Putaren versus OG, otherwise Oath Guardian. There is a third place battle ongoing. Not sure who's going to be watching that. I does look like the yeah, it does look like the Chinese casters have sorted out who's watching what. I will be following the B line, then A for the championship. So that will be good. So right now I think we're gonna go for a short break. I'm gonna be back as I finish up a chicken. So I'll see you guys in a little bit, and a little bit of an ad break as well. Beep pop. And we're back. Back on the line scene right now. We're going to be getting the B line right now. So, we just watched the Dumaren versus Putaren. Dumaren getting absolutely hammered in the first one. Well, actually, no. I got back. Dumaren successfully fends off the first attack by Putaren. Yep. Following that, a massive supply push by Putaren savagely defeats Dumaren there at the supply points and pushes them all the way back to the base point, leaving them with barely anything left to. Putaren then makes their attack onto the base point from the left-hand side, clearing up on the supply point and devastating the forces that were congregating around the wooden wall there next to the center of C, easily grabbing the base point when all of the defenders have died. Putaren pushes on and became the defenders of Wall Fort. Following in this second battle, Dumarend tried to go across the bridge, but the bridge was destroyed by Putaren in quick order. Seeking another route in, with the siege towers being suppressed by Putaren, Dumarend destroys the wall break. So that little bit of wall on the wall fort that is breakable. They destroyed it, went through, losing heavily on the units, getting savagely shot by the Falconetti gunners and the Siphonati. I believe it's Siphonati. Following that, they then decide to do a desperate push through the front gate, successfully pulling all of their troops in towards the C point, but C point is not open because they did not grab the A or the B point. Dumarend really strapped for choices, tried to go up the B side stairs. Unfortunately, did not work out. The Varangian guards out from Dumarend cut down all of the infantry of, well, lots of battalions, in fact, from Dumarend, followed by a couple of cavalry chargers. Cavalry chargers not being terribly effective against Badao, but it was effective enough for the Varangian guards to already slaughter them all from top down and bottom up. So they had a couple of Varangian guards at the front, some at the back. Absolutely just murder them all. And thank you for the follow, Ruby and Atrox. Atrox AR55. So, now we're on to the second set of battle. Following Putaren, we're going to be facing off against OG, otherwise the Oath Guardians. Oath Guardians here will be the attackers. Wait, hang on. No, does look like Putaren's the attackers here. Oath Guardian is going to be the defenders. I take that back. Oath Guardians is defending. Wall fort first with Putaren attacking. Led by Dex. Gonna be seeing this. We're gonna be watching this on Wall Fort CBL rules. There are restrictions. I hope there are certain restrictions, but mostly if you can think about anything that's a little bit unfair, they've thought about it and they've equalized it. So no runes, no doctrines, no attires, and your equipment, again, all equalized. You have to use the Fame Shop armor. I believe the weapon is also restricted. I think it has to be a pure weapon. Not entirely sure. I think it says no purple. So I think you have to buy a blue or something. Otherwise, there is also something about artillery. Yes, classically, artillery is restricted to blue only. You can only get blue artillery. There is also a prize pool for the winners and champions. So there should have been a battle, another battle between Valhalla versus TX. Whoever one of that will face the winner of this one, and that will be the championship battle, and that is what we'll be watching. So, right now we are kicking off the first battle between Putaren and Oath Guardian. Let's see what these teams got in store. I hope you guys enjoy the commentary, and I hope you guys love watching these battles, same as I do. If you guys want to feel a little bit of a different experience, do tell me your thoughts. Otherwise, I will try my very best to get you the best view of the action, as long as my face is not in the way. Although I do love my face, so I have to have it there. And sorry for the slurping. Bloop, bloop. Alrighty. Rangian gods. Whoa! Alright, not sure what happened there. Does look like a restart was called. I think they realized that they've accidentally mixed up the teams or something. Not sure. So we're gonna go back out, back in afterwards. Yep, does look like Dex is saying it's a remake. Hey, Oz. That's a weird that's a weird one I haven't seen for ages. Um, Oz used to be a house that was very old. I think it predates Blood of the Empire. I think it was around when Blood of the Empire was around. I'm not sure if it was before that or after that. So, uh, they were just around in TW on the LA side. They may have moved around or chopped and changed. So, great to see some old house names come up now and again. Not that I've ever actually like conversed with them very much. It's just when you play a game for a long time and you recognize things, you just feel engrossed in the community. Not sure what the remake was for, but here we are on the second set of battles. I mean, yeah, second set of battles. First battle between Putaren and Oath Guardian. Oath Guardian, haven't seen you in a while. I do think you had a CBLT. Can't remember if you did. Probably didn't actually fight very much. Ah, I take that back. You were like if you fought in the CBL, you fought a lot. They did that for like 2 months, maybe three. A lot of battles. It's was much more. A lot of battles just ended up with a lot of people just getting hammered. But the quality and the I think the quality of the battles started to go up near the end. Definitely, when it started off, the quality of the battles was super one-sided. Definitely, you could tell which teams were better and which teams had players in general which were better. Not sure if there's a ready check here from Dex. Does look like there is a 1 minute check. All right, there's the ready. They're readying in Discord, so there's that. Alrighty, here we are on the wall forward. Putaren going to be attacking. I'm wondering whether how many Varangian guards both teams are going to take. Does look like it's around about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 from the defenders. Woof! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from the attackers. 9 from the attackers, that's interesting. Um, Cavalry is on the lower side for the defenders. The defenders might go for an all-in wall defense. That's going to be pretty savage. Sphinx and Ruby both going out with double cavalry. Oh, Ragnar also. We have 3 people going out with double cavalry. Really relying on your heavy infantry. There's going to have only 12 people on the wall. Not something that I would gamble on, especially being the attackers. I don't really give the attackers any leeway when they go with double cavalry. Most points are on the wall, and without access to the wall, you're definitely going to have to intercept. The cost of your cavalry has to intercept enough reinforcements in order for allow your in order for your infantry to win the wall. But the problem is that if the enemy is already on the wall, what you're going to do with your cavalry? You're going to have to walk up there, hit them with your spear, whatever you've got in your hand, and you're definitely not in a position to assist. your team, as well as if you had an infantry with you. Otherwise, they can use their low tier units to bait out some of the higher tier units' skills. But again, a lot of low cooldown Varangian guards also definitely eat any number of serfs easily. You really don't want to feed the any of the Viking units with serfs because they will just get stronger. Well, maybe the Fenrir's pack is probably not the one that gets stronger if they eat up units. Alrighty, here we are. Does look like a push towards a small fort. We got about 4 people coming out from Oath Guardian here, defending the front wall of the small fort. Not a bad move. Again, you really want to secure the bridge and not waste too much resources. It does take a while for the does take a while for just Hawatchers to destroy it, but it's not impossible. There's enough ammo in the Hawatchers to destroy the bridge. The Falconetti gunner is getting some nice hit on some pikemen, but again, not terribly effective. There's just so many pikemen. Here comes the Varangian guards. May be able to make a hole through this. Varangian guards do get smacked a little bit, but once they switch over to the axe, they definitely start opening up the way. The heroes have already opened up the way as the Varangians are still in shield mode. I'm surprised you didn't activate Unbreakable while climbing. Normally, I would have Unbreakable before I climb. Surprisingly, didn't. Whoa! All right, Wenro finishes off that musket. Very surprising. Did look like they had some mortars here on the backside destroying the bridge. Not a lot of resources used, but definitely more than just the 2 natural Hawatchers. The small fort is getting grabbed, so they will open up that door. They have this nice cannon. So what's also very important is this this watchtower has been getting destroyed a lot, and I really didn't really think about it too much. But this watchtower massively impactful when you're coming up this set of stairs here. It blocks a treb or two. As you can see, like these 3 trebs on this side all could hit this siege tower, and that would be devastating. Like you already lose out. Actually, no. There's no trebs on this side. So you might lose out on 1 treb if it comes on a bad angle, heading towards this very section. Alrighty, update on the battle though. We have the wall break going down. B side is completely secured. Very difficult to get to right now. The siege towers and battering ram are now being pushed, and it is a bit of a slow progress as the right-hand siege tower is basically going to die. Middle siege tower is half, and the left-hand siege tower is rocking and rolling, nearly at full. But I'm pretty sure Oath Guardian is going to change that very shortly. Surprisingly enough, this has not been destroyed yet. Nasty trip on the front. I believe there was a culverin there, maybe. Yep, yes indeed. Culverin there, a culverin in the back. Culverin being built again. Realistically, you could just build a culverin here and just shoot over the wall. Only 2 trebs will actually get in. All of them miss! Woo! That's gotta be painful when your treb miss like that. Oh, Ragnar gets assassinated here. He's in too deep. This siege tower should go down in quick order. I'm pretty sure they have a culverin somewhere ready to shoot it. Oh, there it is. Boom! Battering ram makes it to the front gate. Does destroy the front gate. Not sure if that will open up an avenue for Putaren. Putaren, clocking down the time. No major engagements, realistically. I mean, killed a couple of serfs. I believe some serfs probably were killed back. No real engagement just yet. If they wait a minute longer, they're gonna be pressed for time, and depending on how this goes, they need a pretty solid push. Otherwise, Oath Guardian could definitely delay. Depending on the style, definitely have enough Varangian guards to delay. I mean, just simply killing the Varangian guards is already a task in and of itself. You put them in F2 formation, have them just sit there in block formation. My goodness. How long does it take to kill a Varangian god? Takes too long. Takes too long. I mean, I've walked back my opinion multiple times on Varangian gods. I've said that they were balanced. I said they were not balanced. I said they were weak. I said they were too strong. A bunch of things. Realistically, they do a lot of things too well, and they had weaknesses. But right now, they're too strong. As you can see with flame support, whoa, the Varangian God pile just eats up whatever was thrown there. I think that was Varangian Gods as well. So the flame is making the difference there. Also, I see a Medal at the very end, but that was ouch. You gotta be worrying when you lose out that hard. Whoever switches to the X first loses. Whoa! The switch there was too fast, but Shadow Shield is devastating. Again, as you can see, whoever's controlling Varangian guards on the Oath Guardian side definitely activated their skills too fast because they went straight into Shadow Shield there after canceling their attacks 3 times in a row. Cavalry on the ground, again, probably clears up the supply point, but supply point is not open. Um, Superiority here on the wall. Definitely still in favor of Oath Guardian. Oath Guardian takes a nice treb into the back, not onto the units, but I think it just allowed Putaren to kill off 2 more of the heroes, but the unit difference is massive. So 3 minutes left to go. I don't believe... Whoa! Oath Guardian definitely being very aggressive here, trying to kill off all of the heroes, and makes a siege tower up onto the wall. A big sacrifice, actually. Both sides losing out pretty heavily. I think Earth Guardian actually lost more there. The cavalry is still maintaining pressure on the ground. The flames surprisingly stops them in their tracks around about here. Definitely not what I expected. Another massive treb as a bunch of ranging guards go down. Hi, Mom. The cavalry is still charging in the back. Left-hand siege tower is being pushed. Varangian Guards is holding the lines very well, in fact. Does look like an entire Medal was cooked. Oh man, Imperial Pike March is completely cooked here, as they were not able to get onto the wall. The Varangian Guards are just literally dominating. Both sides have Varangian Guards, but the Medal will have to hold very strong here. Classically, Medals can outrange the Varangians, and their spread out formation does keep them safe a little bit, but wow, just cutting straight into the center there. The Iron Reapers also tank. Varangian Guards just, whoa, that pile is just crazy strong. The absolute madness that is Varangian Guards right now. Even facing Varangian Guards, pain in the butt. That Treb, a little bit ill-conceived, as nothing could really change that. Does finish off a free Varangian that was left. Earth Guardian, again, like, the infantry is getting messed up by the cavalry that comes in, but it's only small sections of them. Not really enough to turn the tide. I would say probably 3 cavalry deals with around about 1 or 2 infantry, but the infantry domination by Oath Guardian is just too massive. Not to mention we have some Barcian Wild Flames, not to mention the Cypherati still dominating and holding. The Varangian Guards alone were already difficult, but the flames massacring the attacking team right now. Again, ill-conceived Trebs probably just banking on some indecisiveness. The Cataphract charges nicely, hammers in some nice damage, but man, is the infantry pile not working out here. I think even if the cavalry could get up on the wall, they wouldn't be able to make much difference. Varangian guards versus, well, sorry, pike militia versus Varangian guards. How many pike militias is it going to take to kill a Varangian guard? I think too many, but we'll see in a second. They do cut down a huge swath of the pike militia, and it closes out the game with the remaining time dead. My goodness, the Varangian Guards making a name for itself here on the wall. Earth Guardian do taking a very strong approach towards the wall, aiding Trebs like no other. I think the biggest mistake coming out from Putaren is Putaren's having three of their players go out with double cavalry. That double cavalry could not make enough impact on the ground in order to disturb the infantry pile of Earth Guardian. What I would love to see is that if they're going to use their cavalry advantage, I want them to see if they can drag Earth Guardian off the wall. One of the major problems is that when you're on the wall and you have cavalry out, you cannot use your cavalry to assist, so you must use your cavalry to intercept. So, what I believe Putaren, if they want to go up with this lineup, drag Earth Guardian off the wall, head up towards the C point, check which side's weaker. If you can go towards the B section, excellent. If they come down and challenge you, charge them with your cavalry. Your cavalry is really good in this case for as a rear guard. You push through with the majority of numbers, you keep a handful of folks holding the rear guard, and you just smash whatever reinforcements they try to send towards the B section. Otherwise, if they have a split force, it's a 50-50, so you just take a fight. Otherwise, again, very strong team from Earth Guardian, Varangian Guards slamming whatever comes their way, not to mention the support from the Siphonatios, excellently well done. Anyway, continuing on, we're going to go to the next battle. Probably going to be a little bit late, but I'm pretty sure they'll wait for me. We're going to be watching Earth Guardian now, attacking against Putaren. Putaren, I'm going to hopefully you get to use your cavalry to better effect. But I'm also wondering to see how well cavalry is for Oath Guardian. We got to see their infantry, and their infantry was devastating. I'm definitely not liking the idea of seeing a lot of Varangian guards in the CBL, but it cannot be helped. I do want CB to be more balanced, but I do also think that the Varangian guards are a fun concept. Just too strong, just way too strong. And yeah, your mom and dad. Definitely a strong team. Earth Guardians are no slouch. They definitely know where to take a fight and when. They're eating trebs though, so they're not too worried about taking fights that will um, well, obviously a bait, but as long as they win the fight is all that matters. There was a little bit of a scary situation where Oath Guardian had lower number of players when Putaren actually managed to get the siege tower up on the wall. So I think reinforcement and timing issues really suffered really heavily for Oath Guardian just for a brief second. But the domination of units was too heavy, too strong. A lot of infantry. Again, three whole players worth of infantry could have been used to push the wall, but cavalry on the ground does make a name for itself as they were intercepting one, maybe two infantries at a time, just not enough to turn the tide. So again, having that flexible warband, I'm gonna have to say, Putaren's biggest mistake was not having a 15-man army of infantry. Not having the ability to go up that wall 15 man strong and take a straight fight. Oath Guardian put a gamble on holding that wall and they won that gamble. Varangian guards were strong. I think the difficulty was also in handling the flamers. There was also Nafan guards. There was Bastion Wild Flames as well. We'll get used to the names eventually. Siphonatio, Siphonatio? I think it's Siphonatio's as the official name. Siphonati is the contraption that shoots out the flame. Zilkilian? Hmm. I don't even have the unit, of course I don't. This is not my account. It's my other one. Here we go. No. Zykalian. 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 Zykalian militia. I much prefer the old name. Nafan Guards and the Bastian Wild Flames. Bastian Nafan Guards and the Bastian Wild Flames. We should be getting the second battle shortly. I'm not sure what's all the hold up. There's the ready call. I've been sitting here for a while. Alrighty. Second battle between Putaren and Oath Guardian. Oath Guardian going to be attacking this time. A nice defense from Earth Guardian, holding the wall very strong. The infantry deficit from Putaren definitely killing them as they're pushing potential lost steam as the battle continues. But now, on the attacking side is Oath Guardian, and the defending side will have Putaren. Putaren will be able to use their cavalry more to their advantage, so it does look like Oath Guardian also pulling out some of the cavalry. One guy going out with the double cavalry, again, not really good to see from the attackers. Only 2 winged stars and 4 cataphracts. Again, cataphracts really more flexible, able to charge and then united charge or vice versa. Lots of Varangian guards, but not really that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 shield maiden as well. 6 Varangian guards and 1 shield maiden. Filling out with Madao Battalion for the rest. Actually dropping. Oh, nope. We have 2 Iron Reapers. I don't see any Silidars on the field. Bit sad about that. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, that's a lot of cavalry. Gonna have to take a quick look at that again. defending side has a lot of cavalry, much more than the attacking side at the very least. We have two Shenjis and one Falcon Heavy Gunners. The Shenji can definitely make a devastating impact, but against CC immune units, it's going to be a bit difficult to hold them back. Varangian Guards can also eat grenades like no other. Definitely one of the tankier units that are difficult to damage. Alrighty, just a quick look. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, hang on, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. They have an equal number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interestingly enough, 2 Shield Maidens. We have 2 guys going out with tier 4 lineup. Efficiency could be key, but the Putaden doesn't look like to be putting pressure on the bridge. Probably going to shoot it with the Hawacha. Not even shooting it with a second Hawacha. No mortars in the back. Does look like the B side is completely open. And Oath Guardian taking the slow approach, in fact. So, gotta be a bit worried about what Puchanan probably will give up the A wall completely by the looks of it. I don't think they're going to. Yeah, 100% don't think they're going for it. There's a huge stack behind on this section, so that's interesting. Wall break is being focused on. The siege towers are getting shot at. Oh, at least the left side one. The right and the middle side one not getting shot at all. Just killing off some surf units. I don't believe that Putaren is going to defend at all. And the B side does look like it's gone on retreat as Oath Guardian pulls up towards the B point with just Demez Pikemen. There are some Berserkers and Varangian Guards. So, not a huge pile, but definitely a retreat back into the supply point. Oath Guardian's going to have a lot of time given up on the wall here. Oath Guardian's got a lot of resources to pummel in to the defending team as they reposition themselves from the supply point. All siege towers and battering ram is mounted. Battering ram has already destroyed the front gate, though. B point is about to be captured. That gives about 3 minutes. A point will be captured in time. By that time, it will be around about 13 minutes. So, lots of time. Going out with that mortar placement was effective the last time, but here comes some interesting counter mortar fire by Putaren. So, the counter mortar fire is in a awkward angle, I would say, to shoot at with mortars. Not only do you have to aim super high, sometimes the distance adjustments doesn't allow you to hit these guys. I know for a fact that epic mortars, you place it down, you can only get if the epic mortar was here, you can only get as close as here. So at this distance, an epic mortar would not even be able to shoot into that pile unless you put it over here. So mortars does rain down like trying to take out the other mortar. I think there was a mortar built here, or rather, does get destroyed. A little. Wow, I am yawning a lot. Oh, direct hit. Good shot. Might be right about that. The blue mortars might also be struggling to land. Could eventually get. So it's just a mortar fight. It's gonna take a while, and surprisingly, OG's not really good. at the mortar fight. I think they've lost all their mortars and they haven't even destroyed any one of those three. There's literally just three mortars there coming up from Putaren, and they haven't destroyed any of them. Well, now they destroyed one of them. Trying to take out those... Well, sorry. Falconated gunners. Hmm. Nope. I think there was something built there, but probably not. Interestingly enough, they don't build... Oh, wait. They built a ballista here. I'm surprised they didn't build a culverin. Normally a culverin is placed here with a good shot. Clears off of this section here and maintains superiority on that section there. Mortars get destroyed. An extra mortar was built, but the other two probably ran out of ammo, more likely. And that one got destroyed because it ran out of ammo, most likely. A lot of resources were used from both sides. Let's take a look. Um, okay, maybe not as many as I thought. Only 7 mortars used by 8 now. Well, 8 artillery used by the attackers, 11 by the defenders, so 9. What am I smoking? 9 by the defenders, 8 by the attackers. Resource-wise, I think, I mean, like, the attackers will definitely be on the up and up, but in terms of efficiency, I'm not sure if it looks that good. Unorthodox left-hand push. I'm surprised none of the heroes... Whoa, there goes mortar fire right now. Firing in from the right-hand side. Shenji also smacks them into the back. This could be very awkward. You have Medaos here on the stairs. Would be quite cool. Imperial Pike walks the back section unsupported, so it will just get clapped. Splitting your forces like this is probably not a smart move. I would have preemptively trebbed already because it definitely does look like the defenders want to take this fight. There is the treb now. Good start. OG definitely holding strong, positioning like it's a battle of two fronts right now, but Putaren not engaging both sides at the same time, so it's a little bit of a struggle to really get that value in. Here comes the cataphract charge. Could comes in from the back. Yes, indeed. No Imperial Pike Walk, so that's unfortunate. Cavalry comes in from the center. Does look like Putaren is losing out at the supply point. OG is holding strong. They're staying together. The disciplined play coming out very, very handy. Outnumbered on every single front. It was the pressure. It was a lack of pressure from both sides. Still holding the supply point though, so OG's kind of on the back foot in this scenario here. They're going to be attacked from 3 prongs. How long can they maintain this superiority? They've definitely picked up a slight advantage, but it's not big enough, and the Varangian Guards are just going to clap that Madao. That Madao was very late on the lethal march. Already half of them were dead, but definitely picked up a couple of the Varangian Guards, not the complete squad. The Varangian Guard did take a heavy amount of damage, and I just missed a massive battle here on the backside. Mostly just a cavalry cleanup, as I see dead bodies everywhere, probably from earlier fights and the fight just now. It's a little bit of a slow grind, but it does look like OG is going to get pushed completely out here by Putaren. Putaren didn't lose too many of their initiative. I don't think Oath Guardian themselves were managed to gain very much. In fact, it does look like they lost a little bit here at the very tail end. And down goes the last one inside the city. Well, there's 2 more inside the city. Hmm. Lots of artillery still left. 6 minutes to go. Timing wise, they could do 2 pushes. I wouldn't, though, mainly because you probably only got one good unit left. So I definitely be eyeballing my teammates' artillery. Definitely want to get those out and about and shooting. What they could do is a pitched battle there in the center and try to take the fight with just using their artillery advantage. I have seen approaches where they just use grape shots to hell and back, just pulling up slowly towards that C point, putting down more and more grape shots as they get closer and closer to that supply point. Sorry, as they get closer and closer towards that C point. Now here we are with Oath Guardian going for a second attack. Let's see what they do. Gathering of quite a few cavalry. Only 2, actually. I take that back. 3. Infantry is still out and about. We have Varangian guards making their way fast across to the left-hand side. Mortar comes in. Pretty sure that's a mortar. From where, though? Behind the thing. Whoa, massive swing towards the supply point. Definitely looks like the supply point push now. Going to be a bit late, though. Again, swinging infantry around is difficult. I would swing towards the center now instead of the supply point. This hard turn corner. Go up through the center. If you go up through the center, that would be absolutely massive. Here, the Imperial Pike are in position, but they're in a corner. The Halberdiers just get clapped here. We got a battle of 2 fronts right now, and it is not looking well as cavalry charges in. I'm not sure what stopped the cavalry in there in the center, but Madao Holden now to the main infantry battle. Wingstar comes cleaving in through that left-hand side here. Madao's barely hanging on there as cavalry comes from the rear for Oath Guardian. Oath Guardian cannot make a difference, but here comes the Winged Hussars. Oh no! And the Madaos were moving. Makes it all the way through right now. We have Fortebraccios in the back, kind of just killing this walking Madao, Iron Reapers and Berserkers. But my goodness, the losses are crazy heavy. Retreating cavalry gets clapped. Clapped all around. I think infantry battle was not in their favor. Really not making a breakthrough on either side. Splitting your forces is not really a wise choice. Either side taking that battle, they kind of matched each other. Surprisingly enough, I think I think Oath Guardian really should have focused on one of the avenues instead of focusing on both fights. I mean, the the non-supply point push was going well. In fact, I think I would have pushed in more units there on the left-hand side. I definitely think it's going to go down to a third game. Oath Guardian is going to have a real difficult task to win this one, and here comes the wave. 2 minutes 30 seconds to go. Earth Guardian really needs to win with this push. Otherwise, Putaran could just use their unit advantage to delay. And this is what's happening. Both sides cannot be super aggressive. Pike Militia, whoa! Cavalry charge coming in through the center. Pike Militia magically stops half of it. But it's just so many. Grape shots now pulling on through. A little bit too late, I would say. Where are you going? Okay, that was a very weird wing to Hussar. Keshik's in the back there. Varangian guards here in the center. Again, unit quality does matter as the winged Hussars, the Varangian guards makes up the difference. The just getting cleaved out. Huge unit advantage there, but wow, look how fast that turned as the Varangian guards just cut down huge swaths of the pike militia. Like, That's some crazy shit. These Varangians must have like hundreds of kills now. Well, with a minute and 10 seconds left to go, it does look like a third battle's got to be in the mix. Third battlefield battle. Let's see who's better at cavalry. I definitely see Varangian guard just slapping even like even on field battles. Varangian guards are so strong. I might actually just they might just bring them. Medals are really good against cavalry, but what's good against Medals? A shit ton of Varangians. If you can stop the cavalry, you can slap Varangians right up against them and kill the cavalry. That nice I think so I think the remaining of the what do you say called it? The defenders left the battle to finish 30 seconds early. Unfortunate though. A lot of permadeath, in fact. I think only two people left on the field, so they put up a good fight. Problem is that come down it really comes down to the wire here for the defense. Uh, ban VGs at this point. I think banning VGs might be a way to go. Um, Again, this is a friendly tournament. Whether or not they want to ban VGs, up to them. Three guys going out 1,000 plus. I mean, like, who had those Varangians at the end? I want to see your Pike Militia kill. I want to see your Pike Militia kill be in the hundreds, man. Definitely, probably this guy. 36 Pike Militia kills. Yikes. That is quite a few. Pretty sure the Varangians should have made a better impact than that, but it it it's just man, the impact of Varangians is devastating. It really filters out a lot of the Iron Reapers, the Silidars. Like, Iron Reapers and Silidars are not being picked because VGs are better and more flexible. Being a shield wall, being a shock troop as well. They're better in both scenarios. They're better shock troopers than shock troopers. They're better shield walls than shield walls. So again, Reiji definitely gonna smack around your infantry very easily. But nonetheless, 1-all Oath Guardian versus Putaren. We're gonna go down to a field battle. Who's better at cavalry? I think people are. I think this field battle is going to be interesting to see because I'm wondering whether or not you're going to bring Varangians. Varangians, man. Varangians. I'm talking about all of these Varangians. So many Varangians. They have 6, 9. Most likely, we're going to see Varangians dominate a lot of the infantry pick. So if cavalry is split between hussars and cataphracts, mostly on the cataphract side, the infantry is going to be split between Varangians and Medals. So between those two, I'm a little bit skeptical whether or not you just go straight up, just go Varangians and Medals. Like, let's be honest, you don't need very many Medals in order to scare some cavalry off. A lot of cavalry, like, you can brute force cavalry through Medals, but not very many people are smart enough to sacrifice cavalry in order to beat out Medals, because you can sacrifice about half a cataphract, and then if you have a second cataphract with you, half a cataphract for one whole Medal, easy, said and done. Just both of you charge at the same time. Bam! Dead Medal. And whatever behind it is dead. But if it's another set of Medals, you're throwing in your cataphracts, you might get about half a Medal. So two cataphracts into two Medals might get half a Medal, and you lose two cataphracts. So there's a bit of a scaling issue, which makes Medals better. But um, what could change that? Throw in a Varangian guard, then have the cataphract come through. Varangian guards themselves could probably kill the Medals anyway. But if you have an infantry to lock up the Medals, the cavalry will just walk right through. So what you want to probably do, actually, what would be better? Sorry, what would be better is to have Varangians and Fortbrashers. Fortbrasher is a superior pikeman. Got that long pike. Definitely, definitely something that could be more effective than bringing Medalls as a stopgap. You could have a 50-50 with Varangians and Fortbrashers definitely covering each other weaknesses, got that little bit of range, protect them from cavalry charges, and Varangians just basically deal with everything else. Both very good. You don't want to close in onto the Varangians, and you definitely want to close in on the Fortebraccios. So definitely those two synergy could be a win situation. Nonetheless, I still think cavalry is kind of OP. One cavalry charge could definitely kill any number of Varangians, but you're gonna have to hit them with enough models. Varangians still are very tanky, not to mention F2 formation plus the unbreakable gets them that insane 60%, probably more damage resistance. So you're going to have probably 10, maybe 20 odd cavalry run over Varangians in order to kill them at once. Nonetheless, we are here on the Grassland Assault. We have OG versus Putaren. Putaren led by Dex. I wish them luck. Does look like they're having a little bit of discussion. Got to go into the overtime, only about 8 minutes before technically the final battle is meant to start. But the winner of this set needs to be decided before the final battle begins. So, hope you guys enjoy the show. I'm going to be waiting for the last battle between Putaren and Oath Guardian. I think most of you guys are just most of you guys are just viewers from your own alliance, but I will. Why not? Let's go with a marble race. We're gonna host two marble races. Let's put a big thank you for Dex. I will pass you on to Dex afterwards to get those two 30-day premiums. I'm gonna go play some marble races. But that'll be right after all of this. It's going to be a long night, folks. We have another set of battles for the championship after this set. So, now that's going to take another probably an hour to go. This battle itself, probably 15 or so minutes, 20 if we include the startup time. But nevertheless, 14v14, got to get that last unit. Got to get that last player in Oath Guardian versus Putaren. Both winning 1-all. Oath Guardian coming out strong on the wall defense. Again, Putaren might be the stronger team, but Oath Guardian's got some better strategies sometimes, especially on the defense. This is probably just one of the cases where the team just exploiting one of the other team's weaknesses in order to pick up one win. So I mean, if I was to place my bets on anyone, I'd bet that Putaren still wins. I would also bet that Oath Guardian probably is going to get their ass handed to them on a cavalry map, and they could definitely handle themselves when it's just pure infantry, but not going to be. It's going to be a bit different here on the field battle. Definitely going to be a bit different here on the field battle. Oath Guardian equalizer. It's the equalizer. The all field battle just gives too much power to cavalry, so good cavalry users will definitely come in handy. And I know for a fact that cavalry users are definitely on the side of Putaren. But nonetheless, Earth Guardian, do your best. Show me something surprising. Show me that you can beat Putaren. Otherwise, I'm just going to believe that Putaren's going to kick your ass. As to be expected, a bit of a mix of Madao and mostly cavalry. We got Chevaliers also. I totally forgot because in the CBL, for those of you who don't know, anything from Chevaliers onwards, or anything newer than Chevaliers, um, you could not use in the CBL. Right now, in this friendly tournament, this community created one, we have the option of Chevaliers, and one Chevalier coming out from Oath Guardian is a delight to see. Surprisingly, more infantry coming out from Putard, and lots of Badals, lots of Varangians. Cavalry could definitely deal with the Varangians, but let's see if they can deal with the Badals. That is the question. We have, strangely enough, a couple of Berserkers. The Berserkers will be a pain in the ass to kill alone in kind of like a scenario where it's just Berserkers holding a point. One on one, cavalry really struggles to actually kill Berserkers because cavalry damage is kind of like an AoE, low but does it to many units. So units that have high counts really struggle to well, just get decimated by cavalry, but units that have low counts like the berserkers and high health indeed, the berserkers will definitely be a pain in the ass for cavalry that cannot persistently keep the damage. I didn't notice this before, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holy cow, bow cavalry. I would pull out the bow cavalry if Putaren decides to sit at the B point, but no one going for the B point. We've got a reverse AC push. This is going to be very interesting because I've seen this before. So both sides go for an AC push. A and C get captured by the alternating side. Surprisingly, a little bit late coming in from Putaren. Putaren like manages to get here in time eventually, but the A side, I think Putarin's gonna come up with the advantage here. They need to reset the B side. Major battle is going to be at the B point because if they do not reset this within the next 30 seconds, they hopped off. What? Why did you hop off? You stupid. They stopped the cap. If they finished the cap, it would have opened up base. The entire team here could have gone straight for base. Whoever just hopped off, I'ma smack you. OG definitely going in too hard. Comes in early, but oh man, cavalry charges from left and the right. A is definitely under pressure, but the B point is what matters. Maybe, as the A point is super pressured right now. C point is equalized, but I think, wow, 5 dead for OG. OG is not doing too hot. Cavalry is coming in very slowly for... Oh, nice pick. That Keshe getting slaughtered right there. Lots of dead cavalry. Massive loss for OG. OG takes a heavy... Takes a heavy L here. Man. Oh, it's a triple cap. That is... Oh, no. They also lost their push towards the C point. Ayah. OG is set up for failure right now. Triple cap is open. Base point is open. And they need to grab a point back. Putaren can just sit back, relax. Have one guy at A, one guy at B. Everyone just go to C because C is the closest point and C is definitely under heavy pressure. 100 seconds, 70 seconds basically to go. Every percentage point is basically a second to me. And Putaren is on this point strong. OG getting their ass clapped right now. Infantry is definitely doing the works. Gonna be seeing a couple of Bocav coming out very shortly. The Bocav can be useful, but in an equalized situation, I think straight up the difference in pike units is the key here. I think they're really matching up the cavalry really badly. Straight on into a medal. Yowzers! They switched over to V. I don't know why. Like, you're splitting your forces, and there's 2 units of things. You need brute force. You need just all the cavalry to come in from one direction, smash this pike pile into oblivion, but you're just sending them to their deaths. Oh man, it was a quick battle, and it was unfortunate. OG, my goodness, terrible performance out from the cavalry. I expected a bit better. I expected a bit more performance out the cavalry. I couldn't even catch where the Chevaliers went, and um, I would say a big misplay by whoever was at the B point from Putaren. Putaren could have put so much pressure onto OG if they just stood on the B point just a little bit longer. I don't even think there was a interrupt there. I think he just got off, which was terrible. But nevertheless, Putaren definitely gaining the upper hand and solidifying themselves so strong on everything. Like, we have a guy here with zero big impact, probably no kills whatsoever. That, like, man, that's got to be devastating. Like, you have all of these points from like taking damage and dealing damage, but you just you didn't get anything. Um, so I'm not gonna say that like the composition was bad. Again, it's a field battle. Cavalry have an advantage. Again, pikemen might have an advantage against cavalry, but your mistake was sending like one cavalry to one pikeman. Pikeman wins every time. Two cavalry against one pikeman. Pikeman is either dead or it's heavily damaged. Send three cavalry into one pikeman. That thing's dead. You need you have cavalry for days. You need to get scenarios where you outnumber the enemy. When they're solidified on point, you can't do anything about it. That's unfortunate. You're gonna have to choose to brute force through it, and if you send enough cavalry through, you might be lucky. Unluckily, again, Oath Guardian switching, changing, being a little bit indecisive. You are you're like playing into their hand. You're matching up 1-to-1, 1-to-1. I saw two guys at the C point, two guys at defending the C point. I saw two guys defending the A point, four guys attacking them. Where's the rest of your guys heading towards the A point? B point again, coming in a little bit early, but like you know that they're going to also come in because you haven't killed very many of them. So you need to keep moving. One of the other things is cavalry needs to keep moving. If you stay still, leave it to the infantry to secure. Plow through that point, come around, and hit it again. Otherwise, you're just sitting duck. Nevertheless, Putaren will move up along into the championship match. Who are we going to face? Who are we fighting? Gonna see. Valhalla, by the looks of it. Valhalla is going to be fighting in this next battle. Nope, that's not it. That is the losers bracket there. Where is the Putaren versus Valhalla? That's not the battle, is it? Can't be. 10-minute interval. Alrighty, okay. 10-minute breaks, so I'll catch you guys in 10 minutes. Once the thing is open, I'll come back. I'm gonna grab some water, drink it a little bit. But do remember, stay around for a giveaway at the end. Grants to Dex. I will send you your I will post you to Dex so he can give out those prizes. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. See you guys in 10. And we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As a guy here, finally, after a long 2 hours, we watched Dumaren versus Putaren. Following that, after a crushing defeat, Dumaren goes down to the lower bracket. Putaren moves along, going off to fight OG. It was an even battle. Well, sorry. It was a 1-all, both teams winning their defenses. The final decider on the field battle was short and swift. And I say that in the reverse kind of way. Using a lot of cavalry, OG smashed into the pikes, the solid walls from Putaren. Putaren holding all 3 of the capture points and clocking down the whole 100% into oblivion. OG suffers from indecisiveness, unable to focus on one target, matching the enemy where they stand when they really needed to use brute force to win. Unable to win, unable to match up against Putaren's solid spear wall. Putaren now moves across into the finals. We have OG now heading down to fight off against Dumaren. Apparently, who fought off against TX. So Dumaren versus Dumaren versus OG in the lower bracket. They'll decide who out is third. But here we followed Putaren through their journey to the champion. This will be for the title of second or first place. Right now, they're going to be fighting off against Valhalla. Valhalla does look like they have the attackers. It looks like they are going to be attacking first here on Walford. I don't think anyone's going to choose anything besides Walford, but still. Dex has led his team onwards to victory, and will they take the championship for this ECL tournament? ECL Alliance Inter Alliance tournament. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Just waiting on 3 more players from Valhalla. Should be joining us shortly. Don't forget to stick around. I do have 2 30-day premium given away for Dex. Not too much food. I'm just having jerky. You guys can understand me still, right? I thought I was pronouncing things fine. I'm sorry. I have a habit of snacking during these things. Mainly because during like these sections it's just like I have to make up things to say. Otherwise I'm just sitting here doing nothing. Just staring at the screen. Alright, 2 more players ready to go. But nevertheless, I hope you guys are enjoying the commentary. I hope I'm not too annoying, and I hope I'm entertaining at the very least. I hope these battles are entertaining. I do think in terms of skill level, it's not to the point of a CBL, but it does give us a little bit of insight into what CBL could look like. One of the major things is the balance difference. Varangian Guards and Chevaliers being available. No Huskulls, but Varangian Guards making a massive impact in unit selection, and it is killing it. Absolutely killing it. I would say so far every single team has brought at least 6 Varangian Guards, and it is crazy watching those guys pop off. I mean, it's not hard for them to pop off. They just need a target and they need to hit it. That's it. very difficult to. I would say it's very difficult for any team to fight up against Varangian gods, and so me, I am 1 inch taller than the average Asian. I am I am 5'7". I'm either I think the average Asian is 5'6", and you would be surprised that the um average Asian female is only 5'4". I don't know where that statistic come from. I just remember it is a statistic somewhere. The study only had around about 3,000 participants, so yeah. Quite tall. As if, man. For an Asian, maybe. Nearly like all of my white friends are like 6 foot. Actually no, I take that back. One of the tall like it's really weird. I know a lot of tall Asians as well. Like I know an Asian that's 6'3" and another Asian who's 6'5", and I know like four different Asians who are like 6. So I'm just like, apparently I keep getting told I'm very tall for an Asian, and I'm just like, no, I don't feel like that's true, but it's just like, no, no, no. I know one person who's 6'3", a person that's 6'5", and I know three different Asians who are all 6 foot. They're all the same height. I know a lot of Asians who are just taller than me. Even my own uncle, who's taller than me, is 6'1". So I'm just like, I call bullshit on this Asians being short thing. I mean, like, I'm basically like in my own family, I'm the tallest person, but like, I look everywhere else and I'm just like, I'm really short. Just waiting on one person right now. Gonna check out the chat, see what's happening. Too bad I can't read kanji. Hey man, watching Earth Guardian just get their ass handed to them in the field battle, I was just like, what are you doing? Honestly, it's a toss up, mainly because I can't gauge the practical skill of Varangian guards. At this point, I have more experience with watching Putaren just like bash bash the enemy, whether or not it's between whether or not it's just between their strategy or control. Valorant, not Val. I was told this was Valhalla. Sorry, not Valorant. I thought this was Valhalla. Are they called Vadolin? Vadolin? Are these guys called Vadolin? And hello, Zafrim. How are you doing? Tell me about these guys who are about to get. Okay, so so they're from the Valhalla Alliance, but the house that this particular team is from Vadolin. Vadolin. That's interesting. We're still waiting on one of your guys' player, so not sure how much longer we're gonna have to wait. I still gonna have to. I still gonna have to say, it is mostly still a toss up. I think once I see the engagements, we'll probably get to know some PC issues apparently for the last player. That's all right. Trust me, we waited half an hour on one of the days on the scoring phase for CBL because some of the players were like having issues. Maybe maybe not 3 minutes. He just arrived. Maybe that was 3 minutes. 3 minutes ago. So I think in the Discord there should be a ready call. Yeah, there we go. There's the ready. Well, I wish you luck. Are you playing? Or are you watching your friends play? I don't see your name in there, so you're probably here to support your friends. But I do have more experience with Putaren. I've seen, again, all of their matches up until now. I haven't seen anything from Badolin. And it's mostly just the number of Varangian guards winning out on the infantry side so far. Out for dinner? What are you eating? Eating steak. Hey, Stracy. How you doing? Here we are at the finals for the Inter-Alliance tournament hosted by the Ecliptos. Ecliptos Alliance. Wow, that's a mouthful. This is a bit unorthodox. The defending team is all, well, actually, no, not really. All of the defending team, this case in being Putaren, here spawning at the A point, they're going to give up the wall every single time, gives up the wall. Not the wisest move, but again, not a bad move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 Varangian guards. So much cavalry, actually. Holy cow. 5 winged hussars, 3 cataphracts. That's 9 cavalry. Oh, yeah. I actually haven't hopped on to the PTR just yet. I'm thinking of hopping onto the PTR this coming Monday, check out the things myself. So I will be streaming my experience on the PTR. Again, it's for things for what to come. Maybe I'll find some bugs, maybe I won't. So I have had a look at some other people host the information, and again, I'm not liking what I'm seeing for the mall, but I think the glaive has gotten some pretty decent buffs and definitely some cool shit for the runes. Alrighty, again, going out pretty heavy there on the B side small fort. Having a big overview here, just pushing the siege towers with those Metallalotes. Well, just one Metallalotes. Two, actually. Two Metallalotes. These, it's very important to note that these Metallalotes, give a buff, which I cannot see for some reason. They give a buff to the siege towers, making the siege towers take 10% less damage. So, definitely a really good unit to push siege with. Although, really do struggle to push it sometimes. B point completely open. Again, just using those naturals just to do whatever. But most likely, this first section is just going to be a bore as the entire wall is going to be given up. A big advantage given up is, it's a bit sketchy, but again, a lot of time battle do happen. The deciding battle really does happen at sea quite often, and it really does have to do with logistics. So, supply point is right here. Easy access to the sea point. Respawns come around, up behind, through here. Otherwise, they can take a detour and come up through here. If supply is under pressure, respawns come up, come down, turn around through the tents, or I mean, like, come around through this road here, come up, through the stairs, hit the supply point, or take the left here and go through. Old Dragon Roar might be back with Spear Bleed Rune, does around 600 damage per tick, I saw, assuming at full stacks. Yeah, maybe. The bleed, I'm not sure how much damage per stack it does, but considering it ticks roughly around per second, and the bleed lasts for around about 5 seconds, 6 seconds maybe. I forget. I'll have a check. I'll definitely have to have a look at the bleed rune because one of the thing is that I think what's going to be very common is spears will drill heavy units because bleed does true damage. True damage is how to say goes through armor, so you just have to have a lot of health to sustain the bleed. There's a lot of theories that's going to come out. There's a lot of cool shit that will come out. I think the short bow is definitely going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. That's slow. Very surprising, actually. We have a longbow out here. I heard that a longbow is also going to get some changes, but a little bit later on. I think shortbow might get changes first. Molds already has their changes in, so that's still to be seen whether or not all of it goes in. I'm very skeptical of why they buffed the mole to such an extent. Some of the cool shit that mole has definitely needs to be removed because it's just going to change up a lot. Mortar fires coming out from either side. We got a ballista coming out here. Do they get good shots? Possibly. This ballista is going to be a pain in the ass. Does take out. Nice shot. Double. Love it. Love it. Love it. Those valuable, very valuable Metallators getting sniped out, and quite a few of them are dead. Like, 8 of them are dead. That's devastating. Absolutely clockers. Treb incoming, not moving in time. Ooh. Might not need to, as for some reason... Wow. That missed. I'm very surprised. A little bit of skirmishing. High value units have been fallen. I think the ballista is the most valuable thing. That's like they've clocked out quite a few of those Metallators. That should be changed to Falconetti Gunners again. Like the names should have been changed already. So many mortars. I just realized there's like 4 mortars here on this side. 10 artillery has been used in total. Like this, they're suppressing this section here because I guess actually I don't know why because not really anything coming from this direction. Most of the mortars are coming from a different direction. And this ballista. Oh, okay, interesting. A lot of time, I would say. Still 10 minutes left to go. Vadalin. Vadalin's grouping up here on the left-hand side pretty heavily. Using those claymores. Again, like... Mukon Kingdom from CBL used claymores to great effect in a couple of battles. And even just a handful of these guys can definitely beef up a defense of a unit, especially units that are really weak to melee damage. So, if anything could turn the tide, definitely these claymores. They make a push double terrifying because it's definitely difficult. Like, throw claymores into this pike with pike militia as support makes these guys very terrifying. I think low level troops with claymores in to mix up could definitely cause a lot of attrition because a small amount of damage goes a long way. But if you're soaking up a lot of damage, that is amazing. Which also gets me into the realms of using other units as to soak up damage. So swords and shield units. Varangian guards with that 40%, with that 35%, sorry, melee resistance would be absolutely dicks to deal with. So we have Varangian guards versus Varangian guards here on the center and the right flank. The left-hand side has only... Oh, no. Varangian guards all in the mix here. Both sides kind of... Oh man, everything, like, stuff is happening so much everywhere. Varangian Guards get trampled. Winged Stars comes through. Winged Stars comes through the center. Does look like there's no pikes here. The Varangian Guards win against the Varangian Guard and the Medal combo up on the north side, getting pushed back. So, wowzers! All three piles just get devastated here, and man, that was a lot to take in all at once. It's a lot to take in all at once, and it's impressive. It's very impressive. The number of cavalry to the infantry that was introduced is quite compelling because what happened here is at the north side was two Varangian guards versus two Varangian guards with one Medal versus one Medal and one Varangian guards out from Vadalin. Vadalin lost that fight really handily. Here, interestingly enough, there was a I believe there was a spear guard, there was Imperial Pike March, and I think there was Varangian Guards and something else. I'm not terribly sure what that something else was, but the Varangian Guards, Imperial Pike March, and the Winged Hussars all smashed this center one, and the trade was up as the Imperial Pike were kind of cleaved. And then this one is the most interesting one because it was Varangian Guards versus Varangian Guards and Claymores, and the cavalry just was shoved straight through them. So, again, losses on all three fronts. Oh my goodness! I am missing a battle! Winged Hussars against Winged Hussars just going to win out there. Cataphract coming in through the back here. Kind of trailing behind a second Cataphract by the defenders here. Imperial Pike March gets completely stopped there with a nice Thunderstruck. Another Cataphract charging in and gets sidelined by the last tick of the Imperial Pike March, but the Medals here still holding a solid front. Claymores and Varangians here at the back gets... Whoa! Kind of narrowly dodges a cavalry charge here. Cavalry charges going out like crazy here. The Medals just need to wait for attrition. These Shenjis will kill them off in quick order. Thunderstruck in the back there, though the Shenjis are under threat, really need to call in protection. The short swords are going in at it. Slowly with pulls coming through. We have the Varangian Guards. Pull through. It smashes the remaining Medals as the Shenji got cleaned up by short swords. There's a couple of heroes and claymores there at the C point, but just getting cleaned up now. Second push, my goodness. Coming in strong, but it's just... Man, the cavalry making up the difference here, and definitely the pull. This supply point definitely killing you off. The hero losses are pretty nasty as well, looking at those permadeath. Let's see. Do we have permadeath coming out? No permadeath out of everything that's happening right now. Man, that is close. You're out of lives. One guy left. Only Scorpio is left with a life. Third time's a charm. Left with just weak tier units. I mean low tier units and one Varangian guard. Actually, we got some nice. Oh, I made it speak too soon. Again, triple tier 4 lineup definitely comes in handy in attrition battles, and the trading is not completely off. I do believe these tier 5s that are out for Putaren is pretty damaged. Probably. No, I have most certainly spoken too soon. That looks like a full Medal pile. If not, that's basically a full Medal pile. Putaren definitely has quite a few strong units. I believe this Winged Hussar is only losing 2 models, if I remember correctly. Either 2 or 1 model. Berserkers just gets onto this Demez Pikeman really easily, collapse it in mere seconds. The Berserkers really need to be held back as the last set of engagement. Oh, goodness. Here comes a kickoff. The Varangian Guards there in the center, holding strong, getting reinforcements there. it's a bit of a clusterfuck as Winged Assault comes up through the rear, facing semi the wrong way is the Pike Militia. Cavalry is devastating the front line right now, but slowly but surely the Varangian Guards from Vadalin actually winning out, sacrificing the Berserkers. Berserkers is still one-on-one. We have a Fortebraccio also kind of in the center here, just picking off the small bits as the tide slowly closes in on them. It does look like Putaru is down on the units. Bastion Wildflame throws from above. Does look like we have Palace Guards also looking up to reinforcements. I don't know where they came from. Dex, I don't know. You're aiming for the grape shots, actually. Good job. Good hits on those grape shots. We got a couple left for the Shenji. Oh, man. The Varangian Guards are barely anything that's left right now. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. Man, Vadalin might take this because this Fortebraccio is the only thing that's really standing in their way. The Palace Guards and the Palace Guards, one Berserker, and the Woodcutter is not really much of a threat. But maybe the Varangian Guards are actually really the threat here. Fortebraccio definitely being protected very well, in fact. Now it's going to come down to a base point battle. Getting in on this C point being picked up. Now it's a 4 minutes 40 seconds to go. Most of Putaru being dead is not good. Not good at all. We got 1 permadeath, 2 permadeath. From Vadalin is 3 permadeath. So this is good if they keep killing off the heroes. They really need to get this Fortebraccio off the field. But if they can maintain the Fortebraccio like mass and keep winning out, this is going to be good for Vadalin. Vadalin is doing really well right now, scaring off all of the units. Imperial Pike March might change the tide though. Bypasses the Varangians, bypasses the Palace Guards, go straight for the Fortebraccio. Fortebraccio gets clapped, overwhelmed. The heroes now clocking in one by one. Without that Fortebraccio mass in order to maintain superiority, the Palace Guards and the Varangians do not simply have the numbers to outmuscle the Village Watchmen and Pike Militia. There's a couple of Medaus left over. And now, massive retreat. Mostly just a hero battle, actually. Whoa, 3 guys just get clocked out really fast. 3 more guys just get clocked out. 2 guys left to go. And 1 guy left for the attackers. He's got Fenrir's pack. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. It was really down to the wire, though. That Fortebraccio really carrying the day. Really, 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 really carrying the day there. Like, massive work by the Fortebraccio, and that is every single one of the attackers dead. But only Scorpio is the only one left with a life left. My goodness. Oh, man. Very scary. Very scary for, very scary for Putaru there. The last second. Here's the biggest thing. The Imperial Pike Walk was everything, ignoring the Palace Guards, ignoring the Varangian Guards, straight onto the Fortebraccio. Very smart. Putaru, very smart. The biggest threat on that field was not the Palace Guards, was not the Varangian Guards. They can be out-muscled really easily. What can't be is the Fortebraccio. If the Fortebraccio maintained that big number, maintained that range, you're going to get stabbed to death. And that Fortebraccio really massacred a lot of the really weak surf units and was pretty big, I would say. Where is he? Only Scorpio. Yeah, doing quite a bit of work at the very end, still handling those Fortebraccios quite well, I would say. Overall, I mean, score-wise, we're looking pretty even for both sides. both sides went down to the wire, although Putaru didn't go to permadeath. A couple of guys did, but having lost 2 fights beforehand, um, Vadalin really coming up short when it comes to some of the high tier units. I think what comes in is really important is that during the last push, a lot of death came out really early for Putaru, and the infantry fight was very interesting because I was worried that the higher tier units would feed off of the lower tier units, but surprisingly, the lower tier units were baiting, especially the Varangian guards. They were baiting the Varangian guards, made them go into axe mode. Their own Varangian guards comes in, that claps that Varangian guard into oblivion. So I think I think Vadolin's really good and made their remaining units really work their asses off to really come up to really push up the unit quality. But nonetheless, we still have another battle. This time we're going to be watching Putaru attack. Vadolin's got to be defending this time, and I'm thinking that Vadolin's definitely going to be putting up a lot a lot of pressure in a long, drawn-out fight because the tier fours, whew, they definitely hit above their weight there. Yeah, someone told me early on that a guy named uh Zephyrim said that Valhalla's the Alliance name, and apparently these guys are apparently from a house called Vadalin. Slap, slap, slap. Fat Dog United. Oh. This that Zephyrin guy's telling me shit. Then let's blame this Zephyrin guy. He's telling me that he was battling. No one corrected me, so I'm just going with it. So I'm just gonna trust Dex on this. So it's gonna be Valhalla. Gotta be Valhalla from now on. It's gonna be so confusing. Not only did I get um Dumaren and Putaren mixed up, now I'm getting confused whether or not this team is called Valhalla or called Vadalin. Now I'm just gonna call it Valhalla. So everything's gonna be confusing, isn't it? Playback. Playback. Play that. Looks like the teams are subbing in some of their players. I'm wondering if they really do have. I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they had players better at defending or players better at attacking. On field battles especially, I think the most rotation should be around the field battles because it's a completely different mode. So I suspect attacking and defending are practically different and require different mindsets when again like just generally playing on a siege battle. I myself, I myself adapt depending on whether or not I'm attacking or defending, or depending on which map. So, not surprised, not surprised. I it will be interesting if I can keep track on who's who, because especially in the CBL, I mean CBL, I don't really keep track of the players too well, mainly because I can't read the names, and So when players switch out, I really can't tell like the general difference. No. So these guys, so Putaren is from DI, Valhalla is from LA in combination with OG Oath Guardian. So the um Oath Guardian and Oath Guardian and Valhalla are both from LA. So well, that's the thing. A lot of players have moved over. So I'm pretty sure Valhalla was. I'm pretty sure Valhalla and Oath Guardian have moved to DI now. They were part of LA, but that might have been the season before. I'm not sure if they moved. I'm not sure if they were still here last season. Probably they was still here. They probably moved last season, so that's probably my bad. So yeah, it's DI versus DI. About 220 plus transfers last season from LA. Yoicks. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure once we get the new observer mode, they said that they were. You're tired, Mitzi. Yeah, this has been going on for ages. Man, I'm tired as well. I still have to do a marble game after this. These two seasons got all read by Leon. Hey man, when you want to fight, you have to pay for your own shit. I mean, I've never lost so much bronze before in a season. I started the season off with 15 million bronze. I now have 9. Well, then again, I spent most of it on those boxes, so I think I spent more on those boxes, really. Oh man, that's pretty expensive. Again, like moving servers, it costs sovereign, so I mean, like, I'd never do it. I'd never leave LA, mainly because I never want to. I just create a new character on a different server if it was like that. Um, all right. So we have Valhalla defending, and we have Putaru attacking. Again, a lot of cavalry. A lot of cavalry. We got 3 guys going out with double cavalry. Um, a little bit less than before, so only 7 cavalry in total versus. Uh, that Daggerak Lancers? No, those are heavy prefectures. Heavy prefecture and Daggerak Lancers look almost the same to me because the damn hook. So this is heavy prefecture. So Neuter has heavy prefecture cavalry. That's an interesting pick. They're super fast, super obnoxious to face. Um, whoa. Pogon also has heavy prefecture cavalry. What is this? Heavy prefecture. They're gonna. Man, I don't even know where these guys are gonna come from, but heavy prefecture cavalry is going to be weird. Also, I'll be honest, Missy, I don't even know how I stay afloat most of the time. This is going to be an interesting sally out. So, heavy prefect cavalry like I expected, and here they come. Whoa! Keshigs. Heavy prefecture cavalry goes right on through, slamming. Oh man. Varangian guards managed to catch a couple. Man, I haven't seen a sally out in forever. But that does not deter the Putaru pushing on forward towards the B point. Does a massive catch on some cataphracts here. Keshic going in for the spear at the back. Medal's holding the Pike Militia holding, but Pike Militia gets slammed by the Speedy. Oh man, the Heavy Prefecture Cavalry just goes on through. Gates open, so they're free to flee. Man, the Varangians definitely making a name for themselves as they slaughtered most of the cavalry that was stuck around. I think the Keshigs really took the most heavy losses here. I'm not sure where the Cataphracts went. Um, was it worth it? Man, I don't know. That's a lot of surf kills, mostly surf kills. Um, Varangians did take a number though. Keshig's getting hammered. I'm not sure about the Cataphract. Cataphract already switched over. Surprisingly, Cataphract's coming out from Dex here. No, not Dex's cavalry. Someone else's one. Alrighty. A good sally out. Massive delay, but well, I take that back. Not even a massive delay. The guys that went straight up the wall still managed to grab the B point in quick order. I think the maximum amount of time you can get. Uh, I think the fastest I've ever seen B get captured is by 8 minutes. So that is really fast. So you're only around about 20 or 30 seconds down from the fastest time I've ever seen that get capped. 8 point getting capped does mean that Valhalla's going for a like sacrifices the wall, going for the seaside protection. A lot of sacrifices for the cavalry though. So this is man, this is the bad thing. You sacrifice a lot of your cavalry. What you're gonna do again on the ground? Because here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Putanu has a lot of cavalry. unless you have unless you have a lot of medals, a lot more than what you have out right now. Mostly for engines. This is where I'm just like, you have a massive presence of infantry. Why did you not defend the wall? If you were going to go infantry heavy, why did you not defend the wall? If you're going to go for a sally out, you should have on all in. One of the things that would have been nightmarish is that if you came out through the B side and you came out through the A side, swept up all of the units out here on front, came back in for the C point, resupplied, you just rotate cavalry. They cannot push against you. And the funniest thing is that you come in here, drop off 5 guys to circle around the C point, 10 guys come back out and smashes the guys that are respawning and trying to get up onto the A point again. I mean, that's a big sacrifice. Again, a sally out is super dangerous. Why would you leave the comfort of your own city? Especially giving up the wall here. The wall can also be a huge advantage for the attackers. I mean, how many longbow shots is this going to take to kill? You're basically doing 100 damage to this thing, and this thing has around about 5,000 health. You're going to have to do 50 shots to destroy a mortar. Only 6 Keshik left. There were not very many. I think there were 7 before, lost 1 more. Again, interesting to see a top line Metallitor. Never really like the top line Metallitor. Mainly because unless you have that doctrine, the increased fire rate and accuracy really don't have that much of an impact as you think it does. You're much better off as getting the 2 extra just for more shots to come through for that CC, for that area denial. And I mean, like, if you're close enough to shotgun, you'd want two more people anyway. Maybe for really long range precision, I would use the 10, I mean, the top line one. Like, trying to shoot out, like, if I could spot these mortars, I would. If I can't see them, I just gamble. I just gamble with the bottom line one and just area affect it. Seeing more and more of this mortar and counter mortaring style. Only blue -1 is doing it. Does get his mortar destroyed, so Putaru definitely got those zeroed in better. Staying away from this section, this right hand section. Actually, no, they actually have one right here. Mostly just scouting right now. I think the mortars don't really. I have not really. Doesn't really have anything it can really hit. Oh man, the cash eggs are dying one by one. But I mean, like, let's be honest. Leave it there. Let it soak up damage. It's worthless anyway. It's not big enough to make an impact, but it's not small enough to where you would swap it out yet, because you're just like there's four of them left. May as well chuck them in somewhere. And you never know, with cavalry it could be very effective. Ruby, what the hell? Whoa, that's interesting. That is very nice, very nice. They come up here, kill a couple guys. Not bad at all. 2 for 3. Well, 1 for 3 actually. I think it was 1 for 3. Good pickup from Valhalla here. Valhalla doesn't actually have that much of an advantage, I think. But Putaru not taking many chances. They really want to weaken. They really want to weaken them, but all of their infantry is far back. And unless Putaru makes a move, I don't think they'll show. I don't think they'll show their presence just yet. And I'm pretty sure these Varangian guards have taken so many hits, and they're still standing. Definitely not. I mean, definitely not an easy unit to kill. I don't think any unit's really easy to kill on top of a supply point. Coming down towards the supply point, Varangian guards with Fort of Russia is something that is definitely terrifying indeed. We got grape shots, and here's the kicker. Would you go straight into this? We have Varangian guard for days here. Switches to axes really early. This is really bad. Oh, man. Shots in, shots out. Cavalry plows right into the Fort of Russia. Fort of Russia stops that in quick succession. Oh man, the range battle is not going so well. The Varangians made a hole, but the Varangians are barely making a dent in that Medal power now. I mean, lots of losses so far. The Varangians are almost all out, clocked out here. But the infantry is in favor of the Medals. Medals holding strong. Kills off the remaining of the Varangians. Nice charge in the back, taking out the ranged units. So Putaru pushes on, slamming right into the defending team. The defending team loses out really heavily on a lot of their units. I mean, a lot of their heroes, in fact. Interesting that there was a cauldron shooting in. Medals did quite a bit of work. So breaching the hole with the Varangian guards and reinforcing with the Medals. The Putaru definitely made that approach look very easy, but that was actually very difficult. I think the biggest mistake is no cavalry coming out from cavalry coming out from Valhalla. Valhalla really needed a clinch, really needed something to make up for all of the value. The Fort of Ratios, again, really difficult to deal with, but the Varangian guards from the opposite side pushing up 3 versus 2, even with the Medaus coming in really late on a lot of the troops getting there. So picking up the supply point was quite easy once the infantry was completely spread out and dealing with cavalry from Putaru pushing their way through towards that range. Um, Now onto the final point with 7 minutes to go. This is a very good position you want to be in. Um, Losses on both sides, but I think definitely maybe 1 or 2 units were picked up by Putaru, and this is really bad for um, this is really bad for Valhalla, mainly because they did lose out quite a few high tier units early on for a couple of serfs. So, not the best of the best. Situation is bad as more and more ballistas come flying out. 2 Medaus goes down. I mean, the Culverin doesn't really murder, I believe. You got to be careful about this as well. The Falconetti gunners are shooting down the Culverins that are there. Man, this is going to be devastating if the Culverins all get destroyed. I don't think you have very much artillery left, do you? 2 artillery left. My goodness, there are 13 artillery left for the attackers. That's 13 ballistas, man. 13 ballistas is like, I don't know, 150 unit kills easily. That's 150, probably 150 bolts slapping right into the enemy team. Um, Still got high tier units left, so it's going to be a hard battle. So it's not going to be easy by any means, but man, how many ballistas do you have, man? There's like 5 ballistas here. 4. 4 ballistas. Ooh, interesting spot. Aim the cavalry, that's what I'd do. Aim the cavalry, dodge the artillery. Making a move now. Last of the cavalry going in. Oh, straight into death. Oh, and it was the halberdiers as well. It wasn't really the Medaus. The Medaus braced late. Imperial Pike walk on an awkward angle. Varangian guards. Woo-wee versus the... Man. Here's the biggest mistake when you're using the Siladars. If they are in axe mode, use swipe. If they are in shield mode, use cleave. Cleave first before swipe most of the time against Varangian guards. Varangian guards also have that stupid ass damage protection, so you really need to wait for the double sweep before you counterattack. Oh, no. Devastating victory. The Varangian Guard definitely cleaved their way towards the supply point, and everything else was just not strong enough to withstand the tide of Putaru. Putaru takes the base point, and as to be expected, going to win the battle. Easily picks up the base point, easily pushes straight through the defenders. The defenders still had a cataphract left over, but again, look at the dead bodies. The Varangian guards really made a mess up these stairs, cleaving right through a Medal, although there was an Imperial Pike March for assistance. Congratulations, Putaru. Congratulations to everyone that participated in this tournament. I love watching this battle and commentating for this battle. But the ultimate victor is Putaru, with second coming up as Valhalla. Having a little look-see at the finishing. Definitely, again, got some outliers in potential, mostly the spears picking up a lot of those kills. Got to be careful about those kills, about those kill heroes. They really want them blood. Only Scorpion doing work though. I'm not sure what he was using, but one of them was a Fortebraccio, so I'm a little bit disappointed more in the second. I mean, I love the sally out, but you half-assed it. You half-assed it to the point where you didn't pick up anything. You did the worst sally out. So, sorry, you did the sally out wrong because the goal is not to kill the surf units. It's to pick off isolated units. So what would happen is that the enemy team would either be congregated up into a small pack pile or have a lot of wall units. Wall units are really weak against cavalry, so you just smash right into them. If you see isolated pike units, you just smash right into them. So big loss out. Yep, you traded your high tier cavalry for serfs. That's what you did. High tier cavalry for serfs. I'll, you want to do a sally out, you need to think about the goal of the sally out. You can't just be like, okay, I think we're good enough to just throw cavalry at the enemy, pick up a couple of kills at the beginning, and be like, that's a done deal. The number of the number of serfs a single tier 5 cavalry needs to kill is 10 whole units. 10 whole units of a 32, maybe 36, maybe 40 strong surf units. That's 400 units you need to kill in order to make up the leadership value of your cavalry. But nevertheless, that is all for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take that back. That is not all for tonight. I've got something special for you guys. So let's pop off. Alrighty. I'm at Dex after this. So who is in for some? Oh, come on. Alrighty. Let's switch. No, not that one. Switch over. Alrighty. So Dex has given me 2 prizes to give away. 30-day premium. I'm gonna send you guys to Dex after this. So I'm gonna post you guys to Dex. Get you guys in contact. Make sure you guys can talk to each other afterwards. Just give me a few seconds. Apparently, marbles need an update. So, ugh. Hope you guys can stay around for the prizes for the very end. Hopefully, you guys like it. Definitely good job to Putaru. Putaru definitely showed that they are a strong team. I think the other teams really not pacing themselves in situations where they should be, and not really not really understanding Putaru's strength here, I would say. Ugh. 20 seconds, guys. We've got to get some marbles out. I'm going to run 2 races. 30-day premium. Where's Dex at? Alrighty, here we go. Up and over. Doo -doo -doo. I have no idea. Let's go for a race. Random. Cosmo Chaos. Random. Bye, Mitzi. Portal Pergery. Alrighty, let's go have a look. Alrighty, there's the rules. Come join. Give me a second, actually. I need to... Oh my god, where's my camera? There it is. Alright. So if you guys want to join for the marble race, join up. Press in exclamation mark play. And we're gonna go for 2 races. These are for your 30-day premium coming out from your very own Dex. So I will at Dex the winners. Hopefully you guys can communicate about who takes what. Only 3 people? Really? There's like 30 of you guys. Ah, Dumaren is 3rd place. So, pretty strong. I honestly think that Dumaren faces off against Valhalla, I think Dumaren might have been actually 2nd. I'm pretty sure Dumaren, basically in being undefeated in the losers bracket, only losing to Putaren. If you really think about it, I think Dumaren versus Valhalla, Dumaren would win. Hey Dex, not very many people here wants your 30-day premium. Only 3 people. Well, I mean, I guess that makes it easy, I guess. Knocked out by the champions earlier. Yeah, when you've got that bad seed and you just end up facing against like Crusaders in the first round. Oh my gosh! 117. Hello. Well, we have 5 people. I'll wait a little bit longer before I start the countdown. But I mean, this is no problem. I don't know who Z Nov 82 is. I mean, like, I don't know a lot of you guys. You guys just guys, I guess first time players as well. I gotta remember what the controls are for this as well. Where's the controls for this? Up, down for forward. Names, alt, left. T for slow. Tab for cursor. H for HUD. Okay, cool. There's no up and down. Alright, that's unfortunate. Alrighty. Well, I guess that's a couple of people that wants the 30-day premium from Dex. So, good luck, everybody. Tab, full thing. 2-minute countdown. So we're going to be watching the marble races here for one of the 30-day premium. I will at Dex the winner of this race and then the subsequent race afterwards. I start slurring my words once I start trying to pronounce things. It's really annoying. Maybe it's because it's been a long time since I talked a lot. But it was fun commentating for you guys. I think it was very good. All right, so hopefully the winners can post me their in-game name, their server, and their player ID if they have it on their have it at hand. So good luck to you folks. 50 seconds left to go. Anyone else wants to get on in this? There's 22 of you. I've only got 6, 7 people in on this race. I mean, this is a fun way to watch marbles fight against each other. Well, rolling around. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what this map even looks like. Hmm. Oh, okay. This is marbles and screen. Portal. I don't know why. Okay. This is Portal Purgatory. Gonna be interesting how this works out. Zenov going in first place right now. Whoop. Everyone getting stuck at these rotating things. Oh, first person got to go into the portal. Where did he go? Oh! What is happening? Zaffirin dies. Wait, is this... Oh no, this is like one of the maps where most marbles are gonna die. Zaffirin just gets yeeted off the map. Most of the other guys actually kind of just went through the center. Nice and, oh wait. Oh, goodbye. I see why this is marble purgatory. You just constantly just get thrown into the center here. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, oh my Josh, bye. Hey, Zenov, nicely done. I have no idea, man. I have no idea what this map is. Apparently, it's like a massive gamble. You need to be propelled so fast and hit that thing and bounce into here. I don't think you guys are gonna make it. I think you guys are gonna die. Yeah, everyone's dead. I'm surprised someone actually finished the race there. Ah. Alrighty. Zenov, um, if you can DM me your player name, server, and your player ID, that would be great, so I can pass it on to Dex. Otherwise, you can tell um. Otherwise, how am I going to tell Dex? I'm just going to ask him. $30-day premium for Zenov. Hopefully he knows who you are. Hopefully. Alright, another random track. Sport Ball skins just got an upgrade along with the new sports modifier. Marbles on stream. Speed run! Alrighty. Who wants to come in and join us for the second marble race for the 30-day premium? It will always be the same people. It's all whoever's in chat. I'm only running 2 races. So, yeah, that's that. Oh, hopefully Zenov is still here, otherwise I don't know how he's going to claim his prize. Well, it's just 3 of you. Let's hope this is a race where people can actually finish. Alright, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes to join up, otherwise this race has been started. Just 3 people gonna fight it out for who the 30-day premium. 30-day premium's really good for saving bronze. Hmm. I don't know what the hell's that there on the left there. My marble is better than your marble. I don't know what the hell. Snap to. How do I exit this? No. Let me free. There we go. Descend. Oh well. Versus marbles getting handicap. Marble dramatic. Cinematic. Who's gonna sink first? Oh, your mom and dad might sink first. Oh, there he goes! Whoa, the other two are still lagging behind. Your mom and dad is way ahead. He's on the speed track for victory. Pew! First speed boost, second speed boost. He's gonna come up towards whatever this thing is. Bumpy roads. Doesn't deter him at all. Yep, he's gonna take the left side route. Get slowed down a bit. Alice and 19 verse is not far behind. Whoa, another roadblock. Your mom and dad is going round the circle. Alice, oh, 19 versus 77 overtakes General Alice. Alice is coming in the rear right now as your mom and dad takes the front. But 19 versus 77 is gaining. Well, I take that back. The distance is actually just continues to widen between your mom and dad and 1977. All his competitors are left in his dust as he is claimed the victor. Well done to your mom and dad. Boomer generation advantage. Who's going to come in second? It will be 19 versus 77. And congratulations, your mom and dad, for the second victory. So, gonna tell. Alrighty. Hopefully those are the 38 premiums. Um, your mom and dad, if you could tell me um, your player name. Well, I mean, like, I know your player name. I know your server. I don't know your. Dex knows you, so I'm just going to assume that Dex will just give it to you. Um, I'm just still worried about Zinov. I'm not sure if Zinov is around still. Yeah. Awesome. That'll be easy. Well, that is all for tonight. It's been a very long night, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed that Ecliptos Alliance Inter-Alliance tournament. So hopefully I will be commentating more of these community events, and did enjoy watching you guys fight it out on to decide who has the better team. Friendly tournaments all the way around. So that is all for now. My name's Atsukai. Have a nice day. Bye now.